The sun rises reluctantly over the village, its golden rays muted by a strange haze that clings to the horizon. It is as though even the day hesitates to arrive, burdened by the dread that has gripped the land. Near the drying riverbed, Amani stands, her figure outlined against the pale light. She stares into the distance, her thoughts restless. The elder's words echo in her mind. The path ahead is perilous, filled with trials that no one soul can endure alone. Amani knows the elder speaks truth. Her journey to uncover the lost codes of Kairo requires strength and wisdom far beyond her own. She needs allies, people whose skills could stand against the challenges foretold by the ancestors. The morning air is heavy as she approaches the elder's hut. The elder stands outside, his staff planted firmly in the ground, his eyes fixed on the horizon as though seeking answers beyond what is visible. The elder said, "Amani, the ancestors have chosen you, but their choice was never meant to isolate you. The codes demand unity. Seek out Kairo, the craftsman, and Nia, the healer. Their fates are tied to yours, and together you may stand a chance against what lies ahead." Amani nods, determination hardening her resolve. Her first stop is the heart of the village, where Kairo's workshop lies. The sound of metal striking metal echoes long before the workshop comes into view. Sparks fly, illuminating the dim interior as Kairo hammers a blade into shape. The forge blazes, its fire casting long, flickering shadows on the walls. Kairo, tall and broad-shouldered, is a man whose silence speaks louder than words. His piercing eyes, dark as the forge's coal, rarely betray his thoughts. As Amani steps inside, he glances up, wiping sweat from his brow. "Amani," he says gruffly. "What brings you here so early?" Narrator. Amani hesitates briefly, then steps forward. "Kairo, the village needs your strength and your skill. The drought, the prophecy, it's all connected. The ancestors have spoken to the elder. I cannot face this alone." Kairo sets down his hammer, his expression unreadable. "Strength alone doesn't solve mysteries, Amani. But I have seen the signs too. If the ancestors call for action, I will not turn away." With Kairo now at her side, Amani's next destination is the forest on the outskirts of the village. It is here that Nia, the healer, can be found, a woman whose bond with nature is almost otherworldly. The forest is alive with a beauty that seems untouched by the drought. Lush greenery stretches as far as the eye can see, a sharp contrast to the withering crops of the village. In the midst of this sanctuary is Nia, her hands moving deftly as she gathers herbs and roots. Nia is a woman of medium height, with a calming presence and wise eyes that seem to see beyond what is immediately visible. Her dark hair is adorned with small beads, and her clothing, woven with patterns of leaves and vines, blends seamlessly with the forest. Amani calls out to her gently. "Nia, I need your help. The ancestors have spoken, and their message is clear. There is a great task ahead, and I cannot do it without you." Nia pauses, her hands stilling over the herbs she is collecting. She turns slowly, her eyes searching Amani's face. "The earth has whispered warnings to me as well," she says, her voice soft but resolute. "The signs are everywhere. If the ancestors have called us together, I will not ignore their will." With Nia's agreement, the trio is complete. Amani, the courageous warrior, Kairo, the skilled craftsman, and Nia, the wise healer. Together, they return to the village, where the elder awaits them. The elder stands in the center of the gathering space, his staff in hand. Villagers watch from a distance, their faces a mix of fear and hope. The elder said, "You three are the chosen ones. Each of you brings something vital to this journey. Remember, the codes are not only about what is hidden but about what you must become to find them." As the trio prepares to depart, the villagers begin to murmur blessings, their voices rising like a hymn. The weight of the journey settles heavily on Amani's shoulders, but she stands tall. The sun, now fully risen, casts long shadows across the village as the three figures step beyond its borders. The forest looms ahead, its paths uncertain. But just as they cross into the wild, a faint whisper seems to carry on the wind, soft, haunting, and chilling. "Beware the shadows." The trio pauses, exchanging uneasy glances. The journey has only just begun, yet danger already feels near. The lost codes of Kairo are waiting, but so are the perils foretold by the ancestors.